Okay, back here with a pair of 7 litter hogs. We talked about a big 7 there a couple pins ago. So this will be a pair of 7s. Then we're going to have another pair in the next pin. So Bryce has got 7-1 hooked up right there now. And to reiterate pedigrees, these are big bangs back on a bomb squad sow. That has been quite successful here over the progress of years. This particular hog lost some hair in the nursery and is now regaining it, but I'm anxious to hear what Clay's got to say about these 4.
Yeah, he came in and immediately captured my attention, and what I'm about to say is the ultimate compliment, not to downgrade the set, but this is exactly the type of pig that I expect every time I come to Beyers. He is the prototypical Beyers hog in terms of his build and skeleton and look, and still having that kind of stoutness. And again, I mentioned it on one earlier, but I think you project this one out, and if he just has a little more top shape, which he's totally good there right now, you don't want to be shown against this one, because hip and rear leg assembly, extension, and I actually I think his length of body proportions very well to how he is. And there's people that'll say, well, is he too long bodied? And I don't get caught up in that, because I think his length of body is appropriate with how long his hip is, how he's assembled through the front end of his blade. His skeleton is so good. And so man, I just think this is the kind of red barrow that if you don't like red pigs that look like this, then you probably don't need to be feeding red pigs, to be quite honest.
Yeah, and you don't need to be judging red shows for sure. But just a hog that is square from top to bottom and front to rear. I mean, he just looks like the epitome of balance to me. With very good structure, and you probably can't see it on camera, but his feet are absolutely huge, and that's something we've tried to work on, or that I've tried to work on here the last couple of years, is opening up their heel a little bit behind and making their rear leg stouter, and I'm very, very happy with this set of pigs, especially in that regard. So as we go to 7-2 to the darker hog there that's on Bryce's whip, hog that does have a birthmark on his hip there. It looks more like a scab than it does anything, and down into his leg. But man, this one's a little different speed than the other one, but I think a very neat pig.
Yeah, and exactly what we talked about. If you do like to feed him a little boxier and shorter bodied and have just a little bit more compact type of look, or if you're going to a judge that you know likes that, he does answer that call. One that is a bit more moderate, I'd describe, in terms of frame size, but wouldn't call him small either. I think he still has the opportunity to growth and has those indicators. One that I do, again, still really like his rib shape. He's square. He's got a great chest coming at you. And again, I wouldn't worry too much about that birthmark. But, man, the one thing when he comes right at you, look at his forearm.
Yes.
That one's extremely stout there. He's got big feet, a great type of skull. Again, both good pigs. And, honestly, this is a really good example even for an early feeder. Pick the kind you like to feed, because you're not going to go wrong either way here. Just pick the one you like to feed, and ultimately what show you're trying to target and who's the person evaluating, because I think both of them have good opportunity there.
Yeah, he's not one to be the most cooperative one, which is kind of ironic, because he's usually the one, as you view him with other people, he's the one that's chewing the side of your leg off. But this one does have even in comparison, has a little bigger arm. He's a little shorter backed, and with a hog with a little more just raw shape up high today. But hits a different feeding target in terms of a weight perspective at the end. But I think, like Clay said, just pick your poison here. I think they're both very good. Very good litter of pigs.